There's a debate that has been raging for years about whether vegetables are healthier when they are raw or when they are cooked. And the consensus generally has leaned more toward the raw side. The raw versus cooked debate may go on forever. But there are definitely some veggies that are simply better for you when they are cooked. And some of them may very well surprise you. A raw food diet is great, and we're not saying anything to detract from it. But there are some exceptions to the rule, and many of us always want to get the most out of our food anyway. So, why not cook it? With all that in mind, today we are going to be listing 10 surprising vegetables that are healthier when cooked. Number 1. Tomatoes. All the way back in 2002, the Department of Nutrition and Exercise Science at Bastyr University concluded that tomatoes lose a lot of their vitamin C contents when they are cooked, which led many to believe that they lose all of their nutrition entirely. This, however, is not the case, as you actually trade that vitamin C in for something that just might be more valuable. Lycopene is released more when tomatoes are cooked, probably because the heat breaks down their cell walls, and that's really good for us. Lycopene is considered to be one of the best antioxidants for you, and it's not found in that many foods. It has even been linked to decreases in cardiovascular disease and cancer. And if you want to absorb as much lycopene as you can, pair your tomatoes with a healthy fat like olive oil, so that your body can better take in this amazing antioxidant. Number 2. Asparagus. Asparagus may not be quite as exciting as the other entries on this list because it feels like most people choose to cook this vegetable anyway for taste and seasoning purposes. It is a very healthy vegetable, however, and full of vitamins and minerals like vitamins A, C, and E, which are super important to get a daily dose of. Asparagus' antioxidant content was found to increase from 16% to 25% when cooked, making it healthier for that reason alone. An increase like that in antioxidants means that you will be taking in almost 10% more from the same piece of asparagus, making it a no-brainer to cook it. But that's not all. The International Journal of Molecular Medicine discovered in 2009 that when you cook asparagus, you increase your intake of phenolic acid, which has been strongly linked to decreasing your likelihood of developing cancer. Vitamins A and E are both fat-soluble, which means that your body will be better able to absorb those nutrients if you cook asparagus in oil. Number 3. Spinach. When it comes to raw versus cooked vegetables, spinach falls on both sides. There are parts of spinach that you don't get when you cook it, but you also get a lot of folate and practical benefits when you do. Folate is a very valuable and essential B vitamin, one that is a huge component in why spinach is often called a superfood. Folate levels will remain constant when cooked, and the big benefit of cooking spinach is that you can actually eat more of it this way. While you don't lose a whole lot of nutrients when cooking spinach, you gain the ability to eat a lot more of it as it wilts under the heat or steam. In its wilted form, you will be able to eat more without feeling full, and it also adds to dishes like tortellini soup, ravioli, and much more. While you can get a whole lot of spinach either way, try cooking it and experimenting with what you can add to it so that you don't miss out on the laundry list of nutrients found in this leafy green. When you cook spinach, you also get much more iron and calcium, which is blocked by oxalic acid from being absorbed into your body in its uncooked form. Number 4. Mushrooms. It is estimated that a cup of white mushrooms has about twice the amount of potassium in its cooked form versus its uncooked form. These vegetables also contain more heart-healthy niacin, zinc, and magnesium when you cook them, about double what you would get if you ate them raw. Although most mushrooms are fine, and the reports of this are relatively rare, even safe mushrooms can have toxic reactions when eaten raw, which is why cooking them instead of eating them straight up is probably a good idea for your safety, as much as it is for your nutritional intake. You can also drastically decrease the amount of antioxidants you will take in when they are cooked, according to a 2006 study published in Food Chemistry. Number 5. Celery. One of the most popular raw vegetables out there is celery, and it is eaten by so many different cultures in so many different ways that it might surprise you that you are missing out on health benefits by eating it raw. Interestingly enough, when cooked in a microwave or baked, fried, or pressure cooked, celery performed better in terms of antioxidant intake. Even more interesting, though, is that not all cooked methods improve the healthiness of celery. When the celery was boiled, it was found that it actually lost about 14% of its antioxidants, which is kind of bizarre. While you are still getting a ton of health benefits from raw celery and the vegetable barely has any calories, It's fascinating that it has some hidden nutritional benefits when cooked in specific ways. Number 6. Carrots. Vegetable nutrition when it comes to cooking carrots versus just eating them raw is actually incredibly important. A 2008 study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that boiling carrots until they were tender actually increased the amounts of carotenoids we are able to absorb by 14%. Carotenoids have been found to fight cancer and are a major reason why people eat carrots in the first place. The study found more interesting information though when it concluded that frying the carrots in the pan actually decreased the amount of carotenoids that were able to be used by 13%, meaning that dishes like stir fries actually lose nutritional value when it comes to carrots. A 2009 study in the Journal of Food Science concluded that cooking carrots with their skin on almost more than tripled their antioxidant content, and that it didn't matter whether they were roasted or boiled. Number 7. Red bell peppers. Red bell peppers don't usually find themselves in many people's raw food diets, so it's a good thing that research is showing that this vegetable performs much better when it is cooked. Red bell peppers specifically are probably the healthiest of their family, boasting about 6 times the amount of vitamin C that most citrus fruits have. That's why it's okay to lose a little bit of them in the cooking process, as it leaks into the water in order to get more of the carotenoids. Cooking red bell peppers breaks down the cell walls thanks to the heat and exposes the carotenoids for us to better absorb, helping us fight cancer in the process. Number 8. Green beans. The nutrition that you get from green beans when you cook them versus when you eat them raw is great for people that are worried about their heart and cardiovascular health. Green beans when steamed have much better cholesterol benefits than when they are not, according to a 2007 study in Nutrition Research. Just make sure to avoid pressure cooking or boiling them as they lose their antioxidants this way. Instead, try baking, microwaving, griddling, or frying them so that you can get that added antioxidant boost that will also help your blood pressure and heart. Number 9. Kale. There is a hidden benefit to lightly steaming your kale before eating it that we only just discovered a few years ago, and it makes it an even healthier vegetable. According to research done by the Harvard School of Public Health, lightly steaming kale before you eat it deactivates isothiocyanates, an ingredient that prevents your body from using iodine to help with your thyroid. Because of this, you're missing out on an incredibly valuable component of eating kale, which is why the study so strongly advocates cooking it. This is sort of a win-win as many people complain about the blander flavor of kale, and steaming it does help it go down a bit easier than in its raw form. The study is still relatively new though, so do expect to see a few looks when you are one of the few people that are choosing to cook your kale instead of eating it raw. Number 10. Eggplant. Although the leaves and flowers of the eggplant are not safe to eat, the rest of the vegetable is quickly gaining steam as a raw option for people who enjoy its bitter and slightly sweet taste. This vegetable is hiding a lot of nutritional value that you simply can't get from its raw form, and some of it is hard to get elsewhere. A 2007 study published in Nutrition Research discovered that lightly steaming eggplant before you eat it allows for the components to bind together with bile acids. The end result of this is less strain on your liver as it is better able to break down cholesterol as well as reduce its presence in the bloodstream. Grilling it, although tasty, is not a healthy choice unfortunately, as it was found that it can slow down the release of glucose in your bloodstream, potentially resulting in your blood pressure decreasing, which in turn puts you more at risk of suffering from diabetes. What veggie do you think is best eaten cooked? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Here are 2 more videos you might find interesting. Feel free to choose the one you like. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share the video with your friends. And for more interesting videos on health, subscribe to the channel.